Hi Aquarius. Welcome to your April reading. For those of you that have not heard either from all of the social media or on past videos, I had oral surgery done a few weeks ago and it took me a little bit to get recovered from that. So that's why this is coming so late, but we're just going to see how you guys are doing. I know that it hasn't been easy, this transition of Saturn into Aquarius. But you guys are sort of reshaping the world. You're helping with this global rebirth, and you're like, why is that responsibility on us? Well, it was on Capricorn first. And you guys are sort of taking this, you're taking us in a new direction. And for that, I want you to feel appreciated because you're taking us in a new direction. Allowing yourself to see that there's even beauty within this chaos, that there is, that you're essential, you're important, right? I want to use the word essential. For some of you, you might even be essential workers and you're out there making sure that everybody really is taken care of. But the first card coming out the last 2 weeks in April, so we have the 10 of Cups. Let this new moon in Taurus that will be squaring with Saturn today, that's in Aquarius, let it shape you. Let it shape the rest of April for you, and allow yourself to see that the uprising, if you will, that's sort of happening right now is for a reason. So the next card we have is the Hierophant, and then we have the Tower. I'm using the This Might Hurt Tarot by Isabella Ratman, if you're wondering. Let's get a couple more cards, and then we're going to chat a little bit. You know, when healers say that the lessons are what brings the opportunities and the growth and the evolution, before I really understood what that meant, I would roll my eyes and I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Like, pain and heartache is not going to make me feel better. I don't care what you say. But this morning I woke up with a gratitude that I hadn't had for a long time. Someone had once told me that when it's my time to pass, I will meet people on the other side. I will meet other souls on the other side that will apologize for having to be that person in my life. And I think that we might have had this conversation, us before. But that these people are going to apologize and say, I'm sorry that I had to be such an intricate part of your healing process, but it was necessary. You needed to love me so deeply. You needed to feel this so deeply, and I needed to hurt you in order for you to see your worth. And I woke up this morning with that kind of gratitude, with that kind of acceptance and grace and gratitude. And I feel like that's where you're at right now. I feel like with the Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, now there may be a water sign. It could be a Scorpio, could also be a Taurus energy. You're creating your 10 of Cups right now, even within all of the Tower moments, even within, like, the whole reason why the Tower moment had to happen was to reshape you, right? The Hierophant and the Tower. The reason, because you had to see that the things that you were subscribing to in the past, the belief systems that you've had in the past, they no longer resonated with where your soul, with your journey anymore. At one time, they might have. At one time, the relationships that you had in your life probably did help shape you, to where you are right now. And if you kind of think about that and allow yourself to accept what their role actually was within your existence, it's a little bit easier to be grateful. We won't hold on to the bitterness. The Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, I feel like there's a water sign energy that either wants to approach you. It almost feels like an apology in a way, but they want to approach you or you want to approach them with some kind of apology. And all of this is happening because of the 10 of Cups, because you're like, I'm going to create the 10 of Cups in the way that I want to create the 10 of Cups. Fair? Let's see. Deep breaths. Let's see what this 10 of Cups is. You know, King of Swords. Okay. You know what it, I mean, showing up. There you are, showing up. You're determined. You're determined now to make that 10 of Swords, or I'm sorry, make that 10 of Cups a reality. You're determined. No matter what it takes. And even in the most difficult Tower moments, and these Tower moments came because there was a time that you were probably like, no, this is the way it's going to happen. This is the way it's going to be. And I'm not going to budge from the way that I see things, right? And then the Tower moment happens and you're like, oh, I guess I have to budge. I guess I have to move. So the Hierophant, Ace of Swords, and maybe even a conversation that sort of gave you that moment of clarity that something had to change, that you could no longer, and it could have been like the aha moment with an actual Taurus, or it could have been an aha moment with the way that you were relating to societal standards and how you just didn't want to do it that way anymore. That was something that you weren't going to allow yourself to surrender to a process that didn't resonate with your soul. And usually when Tower moments happen, our soul is like, all right, it's time to move. But we think that it's the universe just being a big old butt, right? But it's really just our soul saying, you have done the work and now it's time for you to move. Now it's time for you to move forward. Now it's time for you to shift. And maybe it was that you found out that there was a third party. It doesn't even have to be another person. It could have been that they had an addiction. It could have been that they were hanging out with their friends too much. Anything that was really taking away from the relationship. That 3 of Cups on the Tower could have been that there was a third party situation. Either you found out that you were a third party or someone else was a third party and you were in the actual relationship. Either way, I feel like people are coming to you to apologize the last half of April. And I feel like you're going to have to be really discerning because of the 10 of Cups reality that you're creating now, and you're not letting other people decide what that 10 of Cups looks like for you. So let's see what this apology is. Let's see what the Knight of Cups. Ooh. The Devil. See what I mean? So it's either a Capricorn or it's just the Saturnian lesson. This is like Saturn showing you where you can no longer lower your standards. I mean, I don't make the rules, Aquarius. I don't make the rules. This is a test for you. The last half of April, and man, this water sign is going to try and test you. And they're going to try and woo you, and they're going to try and get on your good side, and they're going to try and show you how much they have changed. And if it's not a water sign, then it's a Taurus that's really apologetic, or it's a Capricorn who is recognizing the error of their ways. Oh yeah, Eight of Wands. And it's like, here's the thing, Eight of Wands on the Queen of Cups. Here's the thing, it's like they know the buttons to push. They know the buttons to push with you. Are you going to let that happen? Nine of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, and then the Hermit with the Five of Swords. Okay. And then the Queen of Swords, again, is at the bottom of the deck. So, it's the guilt. I think that, see, I don't think that you're going to let the person back in. I don't think you're going to let the person back into your life, but you guys are so incredibly caring of individuals with all Aquarius placements, Sun, Moon, and Rising, Mercury, Venus even. You guys are such caring individuals, and I mean, that's basically what you were built for, is to love people, right? But here's the thing, is when you finally realize, you finally recognize that that person is not good for you, or there's no growth that's happening in the relationship, you gladly step back. You gladly pull away from the person, but the guilt remains. Like the guilt from, quote unquote, hurting their feelings. I mean, didn't they hurt your feelings first? So, and the funny thing is you guys will try and get the logical side going. I honestly don't think that distracting yourself with work is going to help. I feel like you're going to have to actually get into your emotions of it, because there's something that I feel like might be holding you back a little bit. I think that, and even in those silent moments, this is why I want you to actually deal with it, because within those silent moments, you're beating yourself up mentally, and your mental beating yourself up is an emotional beating yourself up, right? So that Five of Swords on the Hermit, during these times where you need to give yourself a moment to step back and kind of assess the situation, let yourself feel it too, Aquarius. And here's the thing, is I am not part of the group that says Aquarians do not feel. You guys actually have some of the strongest emotions of the zodiac. You feel very, very deeply. You just make it such a mental game that really you're actually playing tricks on yourself. Nobody else. You're playing tricks on yourself. And because that's who you are, I can't tell you to be any different. The only thing that I can do is tell you that it's going to happen. And then if you know that it's coming and you know that you're about to play tricks on you, you can be aware of it when it starts to show up. Virgos will do the same thing. We've talked about how similar Virgos and Aquarians can be when it comes to their mental, emotional process. Virgos are just a little bit more dramatic than Aquarians are. A little bit. So here's the thing, right? Beating yourself up at a time like this, not the best idea. Letting yourself feel what it is that you're trying to logically make sense of, letting yourself feel it and ultimately release it during this time, really good idea. May is going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to doing the May readings. Thank you so much for your patience. If you need a little extra encouragement during this time, I'm not doing personal readings, but you can be a member on the channel. Members get daily posts. I'm doing the daily reading, daily energy updates there. I'm doing love readings there. You can be a part of the meditations. You can be a part of live, members only live readings that I'm doing. So because I can't be there, there's no pressure. You don't have to become a member, obviously. I'm not pushing anything. I'm just saying that because I'm not offering personal readings, the easiest way to get a little bit more assistance during this time is being on the membership. And honestly, you get so much more being a member than if you just order one personal reading. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your April, and I will see you for May readings. Bye.